Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking a few minutes today to learn about LightSale, our recently introduced B2B deal communication platform. Please, by show of hands, want to make sure everybody can see my screen. Perfect, thank you. Before we dive in, let's start with introductions. I'm Elsa Guerrero, co-founder of LightSale, and with me today is my partner and co-founder, Matt Yorkaitis, who will be leading our demo in just a few minutes. Both Matt and I have experience in manufacturing, inventory management, and of course, technology. And I have a deep background in sales support, marketing, and actually selling. That is why I used my Tough Mudder picture, because I know the nitty-gritty of sales and have gotten my hands dirty, so to speak. On that note, we know your time is valuable, so like the app itself, we're going to move fast. Please put your questions in the Q&A or chat feature, and we'll get to them when it makes sense as we go. And if not, at the end, we will address all of your questions. So just like your prospects, you joined us today because you want to know, what is LightSale? How does it work? How much does it cost, and why should you use LightSale versus any of the other tools that are out there, right? Well, over the next 15 minutes, we're going to answer those questions and actually show you. Let's start with, what is LightSale? Simply put, LightSale is a fast and easy to use app for creating live sales sheets with trackable links that you can share across communication platforms. So whether you use email, text, social media, or messaging platforms like WhatsApp and Telegram, you can use LightSale. And what do we mean by fast and easy, right? Well, fast means that you can be up and running from one-time account setup to creating and sharing your first deal in 15 minutes or less. And those of us that have sold know that that matters, because when a prospect is interested and says, send me information, you don't have time to wait for a support team to put something together for you. And I don't know many salespeople that are graphic artists or writers, right? Easy means that LightSale works with your phone or computer, basically wherever you work. It doesn't require any technology integration, and you don't need any help to get up and running. LightSale is by design, do it yourself, like we say, for salespeople by salespeople. So every section walks you through a simple and intuitive step-by-step process that really is click, click, send. And really quick, I want to address what LightSale isn't. It's not a CRM. It's not automated marketing or any other of the tools you may or may not have. The cool thing is, it does do just a little bit of each of those different technologies that you can actually use or that you would really need. So you're going to hear us talk a lot about a deal, right? What's a deal? Very simple. It's just a sales opportunity, right? Deals are what you're offering. And a light sale deal is a sales opportunity packaged into a branded, consistently organized live sales sheet that updates in real time. It's hosted in a dedicated deal room that is basically a microsite with the URL that's unique to you. And this is really important. LightSale is not a marketplace. So you're driving prospects exclusively to your deals, whether you're sharing your deal or you're sharing your whole deal room. You are driving traffic only to you. So on that note, we are going to move right into show you. See for yourself. I'm going to turn it over to Matt, and he's going to actually walk you through and show you how LightSale works.
Awesome. Thank you, Elsa. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We're really excited to show you what LightSale is. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen here. And there we go. All right, cool. So you all should see my screen. What we have here is a deal room that I've logged into. And right away, when you get into your deal room you can think of as your command center. From here, you can manage your account, and in the account settings up at the top, you can add new deals. You can jump back to your deal room from anywhere in the app. And then when you're first setting up your account, we do have a getting started wizard that helps walk you through the steps. In addition to that, for anything that we do not cover on this webinar, we have created extensive help center full of articles and tutorials on how to do things. We also have put together a LightSale 101 video series that you can watch. And of course, we're always available by email. And last but not least, you can also manage your contact book up from the top as well. So moving on down, what is a deal room? At the top of your deal room, you can see your logo. When you first set up your account, you have the opportunity to put this in. And real quick, setting up your account really does only take 5 minutes. You just have to put in your company information, company name, a website if you'd like, a little profile and bio, and that's it. Once you've set it once, it's there for every other deal and deal room that you share with your network, whether it's via email or link. And you can also set up a company disclaimer that is at the bottom of every deal, as well as any default messages that you want to use when you're sharing via link or email, so you don't have to sit there and type in that over and over again. Moving on down, when you're looking at your deal room at the top, you can filter your deals by different views. And then you have your deals down below. So for this deal room, we can see we've got 2 glove deals here. We have a little snapshot showing any sharing activity that's on these deals, and we'll talk about sharing in a little bit. And keep in mind, whenever you do share a deal room with your network, either via link or email, they only see the deals that are marked as available. Any deals that you have in draft or are marked as sold or that you've canceled, those will not show up publicly. They are only in your deal room when you're logged in and you can see them. So let's talk about deals. I'm going to jump into this second deal here for the Cranberry Evolve. Again, we're looking at a deal from the owner side. Logged in at the top, you have the option to go view any share tracking, which we'll discuss in a moment. You can edit your deal, archive it, and share it. Moving on down, at the top of every deal is the essentials, and this is the bare minimum to know what it is you're talking about when it comes to deals. And this is things like the deal category, whether or not there is a product for sale, or sorry, what is the product for sale, any quantity available. So that's, in this case, 25 million and boxes of 300, which we'll show later when we create a deal, how that's set up, the brand, and then any deal notes. And the deal notes is a place where you can put any information you want, whether it's price breaks, an SOP, any other notes. And last but not least is the price section, where you have the unit per, price per unit, in this case, a box of 300 gloves, whether or not delivery is included in that price, and then your product position, whether you're the title holder, you represent that title holder, or you're a broker. Below there, we have product photos. You can put up to 5 photos per deal. And this can be anything from the product itself, pictures of it in your warehouse, pictures of it on the truck. And then on the right, we have product video. Now, if you have a YouTube account, you can easily share those videos into these deals by just copying that share link, and it will show that right here. And at the bottom, we have documentation, which can include product specs, testing reports, any registrations, certificates, etc. Whatever you want to upload, you can do so here when you're setting up your deal. And this is really nice because instead of having to, forward lots of messages around on WhatsApp between various groups and threads, you can just simply send out a link and they can access all of this information with that single link. And the other thing is these are real time. So anytime you make a change, whether you need to update your SOP or you want to add new pictures or someone asks for a certificate and you put it into your deal, those are all now accessible via that link that you've shared out with your network. So what does the public see? Let's go look at that. For every deal that is marked as available, you can go view it as if you were sharing it with someone else. And here, starting at the top, these are the details that you would have input when you first set up your account. Again, it's very simple. It's just a couple fields. We have a little profile picture. Again, your company logo, your name, any company bio that you want to include, a website optionally right below, and then your deal room. Now, as you noticed when we first logged in, You could see all the deals that were currently marked as available. Let's say you sent out this deal for the cranberry gloves and your contact wasn't interested, but they wanted to see what else you had available. There is the way to then go view your deal room and see everything else and then tell you that they're interested. So moving on down, again, here is the product photos. And on the right, we have those essentials, price, quantity, deal notes, whether or not delivery is available or included, excuse me, and then the brands. We have price, and then we have documentation. So let's talk about deal sharing. I'm going to go back to the owner's deal view. Now there's two ways to share every deal in your deal room. You can either share via link or you can share via email. So let's start by sharing via link. So go ahead and include a short note. You don't have to include a short note, but it's nice because it can make it personalized. So we can say here, I'm going to share this to myself. All right, so once you put in that note, go ahead and generate a link. It creates a unique link that you can then copy. You can then take this link and you can put it on WhatsApp. You can send it via text, via email, via LinkedIn or anywhere else. You can put a link. And when people view it, this is what they'll see. Okay. And at the top, we have that note that we just put in there. Again, that branding information right above it, custom to you. And you notice there is no other products being listed here. You don't have competitors being listed here to distract your customer. It's very focused on you and your product. Right? All the details we went over before. And at the bottom, we have this big blue box, which says, are you interested in this deal? And if they are, they can simply just click yes, put in their name, and please don't spam me. And then time zone. And whenever they fill in that information and hit send message, it's going to send you an email with all their contact information. And it's also going to track it back in the deal. And we'll show that in a second. So let's send. Message has been sent. You're also CC'd on that as well as the deal owner. And before I jump off this page, we mentioned you can customize your disclaimer when you first set up your account. That goes right here. So this is the default that you'll see, but you're free to change that to whatever you need to make sure you're covered from all angles. So jumping back to the deal on the logged in side. At the top of every deal, there's a view share tracking link right here. Just go ahead and click that. And we can see that the link that I just shared to my other self, I said, yes, I was interested, and here's my response. So it tracks that as well. It makes it very simple to then just go to any deal, click who's interested, and then see so you can follow up accordingly. Okay. Now, the second way to share a deal is via email. So I'm going to share a different deal. I'm going to share that with Elsa. So let's go back to our deal room. Now, again, we can see from a high level where have things been shared and who is interested. As we saw, the cranberry, we have some interest on, but let's share this one out to Elsa to see if she might be interested in buying. So I'm going to go ahead and click share. You can manage every deal from the deal room, or you can manage it from within the deal as well. So I'm going to share this via email. Because Elsa, any contact that you put in via email up here or that fills in the form when you share a link to them, they're automatically added to your contact book. It saves you time down the road when you have to then send out to the same people. You don't have to go finding their information, whether it's on email or WhatsApp. It's all centralized right here. So we're going to share this one with Elsa. Now, again, this personal note is customizable so that you don't have to change it every time if you like it a little bit different. But in this case, I want to make this personalized to Elsa since she's the only one I'm sending this to. Okay. So that message has been sent. And when she views that email and then clicks the link in the email to view the deal, it will update here and say that one of those shares have been viewed. Now, in the meantime, while she finds that email, I'm going to walk through creating a deal. Now, we said Lightsail is fast, and I promise you it is fast. When you have all your information put together, which you almost always do when you're about to share it, it makes it really easy to put it all in one place so that you can send it out to everyone without much work at all. So let's go to add a new deal. Now, in this case, we already have some Crm gloves. So let's do some gowns. Okay, here we have some gowns. So real quick, what is the difference between Deal Essentials and Deal Pro? Both of them are fast and easy to use. It's really a matter of, do you have 10 minutes or 5? And with Essentials, it's the bare minimum questions you need to fill out so that people know what it is you have, price, quantity, category, things like that. For Deal Pro, you can put in some additional information, not much more, maybe a couple more questions depending on the category. But for the sake of time and 5 minutes or less, let's do Deal Essentials. Keep in mind, you can always come back later if you start a deal as Deal Essentials and change it to Deal Pro. But if you want to get this out quick, let's start with Essentials. And let's see here, we have gowns. So I'm going to do gowns. I want this to be marked as available. Again, remember, anything that is not marked as available will be private and only you can see that. But for the public to see it, it must be marked as available. For this, we want to have photos. I don't have a video for this product. Let's see, we had level 4 gowns. So I'm going to say gowns. Now, as you update the details on the product, the title of the deal will update automatically based upon your input. So let's say we have individual. Now you can specify different unit sizes, whether they come in packs, bags of 5, or individual. If something you see is not listed, that you need is not listed here, you can also select custom, and then you can put in whatever you want. Excuse me. So for example, if you wanted to say pallet, you could say just pallet here, and then put a different quantity there. So maybe you had 400, right? But in this case, I'm going to do individual gowns. And we have 5,000. These are Shandong for CPE. Back. Here, payment % down. Then the sell price. Now, again, the sell price is in terms of whatever your unit is that you specified above. If you said it was in pallets of 400, then that's what your unit price is. But in this case, it's individual. So you want to make sure it's priced in the correct terms. So let's say 240 per individual gown. It gives you the total amount right there. So you can double check, make sure you're not putting the wrong price. Delivery is included, and we are the title holder. Now we can upload some photos. So let's see what we got here. Let's put this one first. And then we'll do a side angle here. And then close up. Now, moving on down, again, if we had a video for this one, we could put it here. Anything that you have that's public on YouTube, you can host here. It's really easy to upload videos via your phone or on your computer, depending where you have them. Now, the last section you want to fill out is documentation. So we have a test report. So I'm going to put that right here. I also have a registration certificate for these, so I'm going to put that down below here. And that's it. It's that fast and that easy. Now we can take this and, like I said, we can either share that via link or we can share it via email. Let's send this one to Elsa via email as well. Great. So jumping on back, let's see if Elsa looked at the other one that we shared with her. Oh, it looks like we did. She did, and she's interested. Great. So you can either go ahead and just click this deal right here and click view shares. As you can see, it's been updated with her response. She said she's interested and we'll follow up. Now, the other way you can look at this information is via the contact book. So if we go up at the top here, go to our contact book. Like I mentioned, anyone that fills out that form to send you a message when you share a link, or anyone that you enter via email when sharing, they are always entered into your contact book automatically, making it fast and easy to share with them in the future. If you have a lot of contacts that you've been working with that you want to upload all at once, we support that as well. You can upload a CSV full of contacts up here at the top. You can also add them into a group. Either if you don't have one, you can make a new one, making it really easy. For example, if you had to share, like if you wanted to share with all your, let's say, glove buyers, you can then group them and then just send it all at once to that whole entire group. And let's get some questions here. Does this replace my CRM? No, this augments your CRM. So as Elsa mentioned earlier, this takes parts so you can just track your contacts, making it fast and easy, but you can still use your CRM if you have one, but you don't need one because setup here is fast and easy. And if your goal is just to drive the sale, this has all the tools you need to manage your contacts and then share out. Another question: is there a limit to the number of is there a limit to the number of email addresses you can upload to LightSale? No, there is not. The only limits are for the free tier, there's one available deal at a time. And then on the advanced LightSale advanced tier, you can have up to 10 available deals at a time. Now keep in mind, let's say you had a deal, it sells and you want to close it out. That's fine. You can go ahead and you can archive it if you'd like. So let's say Elsa bought this one here. We can go ahead and archive it. Say it was sold. Right. Now it's been removed. We can always go back if you want to find an old deal just by checking show my archive deals, and that'll be right there. But now it's been removed from your deal room and you can go ahead and add more deals. Any questions? Any bulk way of adding product or integrations? At the moment, there is no way of bulk adding deals. Can I attach any document format? Yes, you can attach PDFs, you can attach Word docs, PowerPoints, Excel files, pictures, depending whatever your product has. So in this case, the gowns, we had a PDF. We also had this picture as well. So you can upload a mixture of files. And if there's no other questions, I'm going to hand it back over to Elsa. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Matt. That was very helpful. And that the cool thing about that is that's like when we say, right, it's definitely fast. But more importantly, how do we know LightSale works? Because we used it during the pandemic. We literally moved tens of millions of PPE products, all manner of products, from gloves, gowns, all of these different things, but also things that were on the ground, product that was still on the water. So we know that if it works in that environment that was really fast moving, multi-channel communication, incredibly document heavy and low trust, which is the whole reason we created this technology, then we know it works everywhere. We had a lot of different people from different industries ask us, hey, we want to use this proprietary tool that you're using. And that's how LightSale was born. And if it will work in that PPE space that moves really fast, really, like we said, document heavy, it'll work in any space to promote deals for tangible products in any industry. So with that, let's talk about LightSale. How much is it? That last question before we get into any more questions that you may have, right? If you have one deal at a time and you work your deals from start to finish, it's free. Always, we call it basic. You just sign up and use away free for one deal. Then if you need more than one deal available at a time, then you would use advanced. Both account types give you access to deal essentials or pro deals, which have more information that you can attach. The key difference is advanced gives you that enhanced functionality, like the ability to include video links in your deals. Advanced is $25 a month or $250 when you pay annually. But to get started, you don't pay anything. We want you to try it. So LightSale always starts with a free 30-day trial of Advanced, so you can have multiple deals and say if you love it. Then if you do, at the end of your free trial period for attending our webinar today, use the code March150 and you'll get your first year of Advanced for $150. Otherwise, use Basic for free at will. Enjoy it. So finally, I kind of want to bring it home with, and Matt, please jump in if there's any questions that, Matt, tech questions, Matt can help us answer also, is why LightSale versus anything else, right? Well, it's easy to set up. It was literally, we say, for salespeople by salespeople. It's easy to set up, easy to use, no integration required. You can use it on any of the messaging platforms that are out there. I mean, take your pick. Every reason is there. You want to spend more time closing your deals versus pitching your deals. LightSale works perfectly as an introduction. You can post a link to your deal in LinkedIn, on any of these messaging platforms to get new prospects and have them click back in and capture their information when they see something they're interested in, or as that quick follow-up when your prospect says, please send me something. Ultimately, it's fast and easy and makes your sales process and you, right, more profitable. So with that, any additional questions? I believe we addressed a lot of your questions on the as we were going. So if we don't have any other questions, we're going to follow up with an email that has some links to the how-to videos, also including the code. Reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out to Matt at lightsail.com. You can also reach out to me, Elsa at lightsail.com. And remember that code, March150, but I will attach it in the email. If there's nothing else, thanks again for joining us and have a great day.